Dungeons and Coffee presents Aha Tips.
Welcome to Dungeons and Coffee. In my last episode, I showed some pictures I took at Carlsbad Caverns in New Mexico. My son and his wife showed me around down there, and I got some really interesting inspiration for some tabletop terrain that I crafted. And in this episode, I'm going to follow up on that and show some ideas that you can apply to any game system, Pathfinder, D&D, what have you, for your tabletop terrain.
Okay, here you go. Glue is not for huffing, it's for gaming tabletop terrain. Get you some glue, stick it to some cheap white foam. Old Smoky Mountain Moonshine paper is what I like to use. Any kind of wrapping tissue paper or something like that will work just fine. Get you some soupy base paint, and that's what you're going to cover it. You want the different colors to show through, that's why you want it soupy. Here you can see I'm adding one last color variation. This is a brownish gray, I like to use that. And I'm just going to do a lot of dabbing. The dabbing technique, I've shown that in a few of my past videos. I really like the dabbing much more than the sponging technique. It makes it look a little more natural, but you know, any technique, whatever works for you. And we're just going to blend that in as we go. I'm going to leave it darker in some spots than others. It's a matter of taste, so you can't really do it wrong. And we're just going to do this all over. Here's a picture of the different colors I like to use with my cave terrain. When it dries, it looks like this. And now we're going to make the walls. So get you some cardstock. You don't have to use this this grid process to cut out the pieces. I just did that because I'm picky about the size and length I use. Make a whole box of them. Get the kids to help out. It's really fun. Just hot glue them to the cardstock. As you can see here, I used foam and cardboard. So we're going to put some sand on there, some hot glue. Give it a lot of texture, a lot of ooze, a lot of dripping effect. We're going to use some stones, moisture beads, whatever you have available. Just give it some texture. This process is all about texture. There's the base coat. I just spray painted and cheated by doing it that way. And here we're doing a little dry brush. Here's a third color. We're just going to advance up to where we get it how we want it. Now here's one of my last parts of this process. Just some soupy dull yellow. My trip to Carlsbad Caverns in New Mexico gave me this idea. So we're just going to let that drip and get all soupy. Once that dries, we'll go in and blend it a little bit. It looks like this. And you can really go all out if you want to. Add some stalagmites and some mushrooms to the walls if you want. Now here is what the system looks like in use. These are some completed pieces, and here's some modular pieces that I've got from previous videos. We've added to that so you can see how that looks and how that can all be utilized together. Here's some miniatures to show scale, and there you go. And you can also use this system with the existing tile system if you're using that. These are some my version of some Wyloch tiles, which I really love. I get a lot of my inspiration from Wyloch, the way he does his tiles there. So as you can see, the walls and tiles work great together, so you don't have to pick one or the other. You can use them both. And here's just a little picture of how it all flows together. And here's a box of tiles.
Well, I suppose that's about it for now. Thanks for watching. I hope you got some inspiration for your tabletop crafting. Until next time, remember, keep your books off the table and keep reaching for the dice. Yep.